How you doing, guys? Welcome to the Pound for Pound Boxing Show in association of Warrenboxingmagement and Seconds Out Coffee. Today I've got a very special guest, fresh from his amazing win over Michael Coffie over the weekend. It's Jonnie Rice. Let's see if we can get Jonnie on straight from the States.
Yo,
How you doing, champ?
what's up?
How you doing, champ? First of all, Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year.
Jonnie, must be an amazing start of the year for what an amazing start of the year for you as well. You know, a win over Michael Coffie on the first day of the year. How do you feel?
Actually, I feel very relieved. You know what I mean? I was feeling a lot of pressure, was very worried. Fighting right after the holidays was not the best time to fight, but we did the work, we did the training. We got it done, you know what I'm saying? So I'm very relieved and ready to continue on my journey.
How hard is it for a boxer to have camp during something like Christmas?
Well, it's going to take a lot of discipline first and foremost. It's very hard, you know, especially as a heavyweight, because you kind of can lose control just a little bit. You know what I mean? Like I had the privilege of watching Devin Haney get ready for a huge fight around the holidays. But he was very calculated with his weight because, you know, obviously he has to make 135, you know what I mean? But he did greatly inspire me watching him train. But, man, it's just hard for heavyweights sometimes because, you know, we don't have that weight to really make. And it's like, well, I can tell you right now, I've definitely learned a big lesson. It's definitely repercussions when you come in a little heavy like I did. And, you know, it's not something I would do. I don't care how good the food is.
Let's talk about the opponent that you beat on Saturday. It's the second time you beat Michael Coffie. You faced him back in July when he was an undefeated Michael Coffie, 9 KOs. You going into that first fight. If you look at the odds, people said that you was the underdog going into that fight. But not only did you win, you won in style, a TKO win, handing him his first defeat. What was the logic going into the second fight of fighting him again? Was it that he wanted to make it right? That was he pushing for that rematch? Why did you fight him?
Well, you know, you gotta, like I said, when it was such a big underdog, they didn't believe that, you know, I could be consistent with beating Michael Coffie. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously my past has shown that I don't always come to fight or I come to survive or whatever, you know. But like I said, you know, you got to make a decision as a person that you want to change your life. You got to change within. So, you know, they wanted to make sure that it wasn't a fluke. It wasn't just a flash in the pan win. And I'm happy that they wanted to rematch because I want to prove myself to myself, just like I want to prove myself to all of you. So, you know, I think it was a great opportunity for the rematch because, you know, there were a lot of people that felt like it wasn't going to happen again. And for a little bit, it was looking a little scary. You know what I mean? It really was.
I'm glad you brought that up because even going into the fight, you know, I like to read people's opinions on Twitter and, you know, hear other pundits what they think of the fight. You were the underdog again. I was shocked with that. And looking at the odds, you know, Michael Coffie was, you know, the odds on him were low for even him to stop you. I remember seeing like 11-4 for him to win in the first 4 rounds. And I was like, wow, they're really like writing off this guy. And not only did you win, you won again inside. It wasn't a knockout, but what a performance, man. You know, he couldn't hit you. You were so fast for him. Your right hand was connecting every time. Like, compared to the first fight, how do you rate this performance?
Oh man, I really don't know how I can rate this performance. You know what I mean? Obviously the first fight was, you know, I actually got to watch both fights. The first fight was incredible. It really was. Again, I did the training from one fight to the next. So I was able to sustain, you know, across 10 rounds. But the first fight was just beautiful. The second fight, you had the 15 extra pounds that really did play a major key in the fight, and I didn't realize that. You know, I wasn't moving as much as I wanted to. I had to fight in spurts. I had to fight way more, you know, intelligently because I went for the knockout one time and I almost got knocked out. So I was like, I'm not doing that again. I don't care how hurt he looks, and that dude doesn't go down. So, you know, I just had to think a whole lot more in there, you know what I mean? But I don't know about this performance, you know what I mean? It was definitely lackluster because I was just carrying too much weight, and I didn't think that it made that much of a difference, but it really did. So this was a big wake-up call for me.
But carrying too much weight, you were moving like you were Tyson Fury. He couldn't hit you. Yeah, your movement was incredible.
Yeah, but I could have took him out. You see what I'm saying? Like we could have had the knockout early. You know what I mean? I took some punishment I didn't need to take if I had got him out early. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of Tyson Fury, you know, big Tyson Fury fan. Love the way he can really box and box very well and extremely defensive as well as offensive. But you know, I got to take mine to a whole nother level to even catch up with him. You know what I mean? But you know, I have always been a very defensive fighter, but the offense was always lacking for me. And now I'm doing my best to bring both A game on offense and A game on defense. And that 15 pounds is not going to let me do that. You know what I mean? And I'm going to even get lighter and train harder, you know, and that's my plan.
Looking at the post-fight interview from the first fight compared to this one, it seems like this fight meant so much more to you as well. How life-changing was this win for you?
Oh, man, it's like this win was, I would say, you know, when you get my age of like 34, you know what I mean? You start to look back and realize that sometimes your life gets off course than the vision that you have for yourself, right? So for me, this is not only life-changing, but I feel like it's put me back on the right path of where I always wanted to be, you know, dedicated to my sport, dedicated to getting to the top, you know what I mean? Enough finances so I can just do what I love and what I'm passionate about. But I did learn that, you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. We all go through those trials and tribulations, but our passion is what brings us through, you know what I mean? So this was very life-changing because I feel like it put me back on path, you know what I mean, to get to the top, to where I can just train full-time as a professional fighter to become heavyweight champion of the world.
Did you quit your job?
I have not officially quit yet. You know, I got to check the schedule, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely will. You know, you want to leave on good terms. You know, I did have a great job with great managers, great bosses, great co-workers. You know, so you know, although I never wanted to have a job, I had to do what I had to do, and I'm very grateful that my work environment was great, and I had a great work experience. My first full-time job of my life, 2019. Not very fun to have to deal with, you know what I mean? But it was, you know, it's life, and everyone around, a lot of people around the world have full-time 40-hour-a-week jobs, and I was not a big fan of it. But again, it was a great experience with great coworkers, great people. And yeah, Sapphire's Gentlemen's Club in Las Vegas. I met people from all around the world there.
Brilliant. And you know what? Your story is inspirational because the fact that you had to work while you're doing the sport that you love, and now you have the opportunity to do it full time and go and achieve things that you know what dreams are made of. You are an inspiration.
Thank you so much, you know, and I'm constantly inspired by so many others, you know what I mean? And I'm always an open book. I'm always looking to, you know what I mean, learn from others and grow with others because, you know, just like I hope to inspire people, I'm always inspired by others as well, you know, and I'm just happy to be a part of uplifting each other. And that's really a key for me right now, uplifting everyone I meet and people uplifting me.
Brilliant. I'm glad you brought up that you learn from others. So I want to bring up a couple names for you that good friends of yours. So I spoke to somebody that knows you really well today through the DMs, and that's Sam. He had nothing but great words for you. I'll read out what he said. He said, Johnny is a hard-working, great guy. He lived with us in Big Bear. He was there for every one of Joyce's camps in the US. He's a great friend. Love the guy. And then after your fight, he tweeted, there's no one more deserving in the heavyweight division that deserves a bigger fight. How's that feel hearing that?
Oh man, it feels incredible because, you know, I definitely highly admire Sam Jones. You know what I mean? I've watched him, you know what I'm saying, give his all to help Joyce rise to the top where he is, and he's going to continue to rise. And, you know, He's not only a great, intelligent businessman, but he will, you know what I'm saying, fight tooth and nail to make sure that everyone he works with has, you know, their best interest in whatever they're dealing with. He doesn't just, you know, allow his guys to be taken advantage of, because, you know, we know how boxing is, or anything. People try to take advantage of you, but, you know, Sam Jones always stands up for all of the people he represents, and he has their best interests at heart. And I know that whatever he says is genuine, and he tells the truth. Doesn't matter if it hurts or not. And he's going to make sure that, you know, he gives it to you straight. And that's one thing you could always admire about anybody, when they give it to you straight and don't sugarcoat stuff and don't play around with stuff, and just let you know and help you the best way they can at all times, and not let you be taken advantage of. Like he protects Joe Joyce and his other fighters. And I also, you know, he's the type of manager. I don't think he's managing anymore. I think he's got, like, he's promoting now, right? But he's the type that will make you breakfast to make sure that you can fight or train hard that day. He has no pride or ego when it comes to making sure he does what's best for everyone he represents. He just wants the best for everyone that he is working with. I'm telling you, he's made me breakfast, made Joe Joyce breakfast, just to make sure we had all the fuel and energy we needed to perform well. Like, he's that type of person that would do it all. Doesn't matter.
Brilliant. I echo that. You know, he's a humble guy. There's not many humble guys in boxing. Promoters and managers that will give a chance, even to a channel like us. And you know, he replies always to our DMs, and you can see the passion and how genuine he is when he talks about his fighters, whether it's on, you know, on the radio or even, you know, on a podcast. It's all genuine, and he always defends his fighters, he always protect them, and always have.
He's incredible. He's an incredible person, and I'm definitely honored that he's happy for me, because, you know, he means a lot to the boxing world, especially too. Like, he's definitely a special person, period. You know what I mean? In and out the ring, business, non-business, and, you know, definitely inspiring as well. You know what I mean? And I'm happy for him, and I'm always grateful to him.
Brilliant. You said you know, you like to learn off other people. So you've been in camp with Joe Joyce, an Olympian. How important was that for your career to learn off someone like him who is a future world champion?
I highly believe he's going to be a future world champion. You know what I mean? Highly believe it. But the biggest thing I took from him was how hard he works, you know what I mean? And of course, how hard he hits, you know what I'm saying? Because he definitely has pummeled me plenty of times, you know what I mean? But it does boost your confidence, because at one time in the fight, I was like, look, man, I can take a Joe Joyce punch. Nobody hitting that hard right now, and that accumulative. Like, imagine tons and tons of hard punches, you know what I mean? So it helps your confidence, you know what I'm saying? And then, of course, obviously, I want to continue to rise too, and continue to get better and better, because, you know, that's all you really can do. So the biggest thing that working with Joe Joyce did was just help me become a better fighter, both physically as well as mentally. And, you know, I got a lot of catching up to do, because the dude does work at this high, super extreme level, you know what I mean? I'm doing my best to get to that level as well, you know what I mean? But, you know, all in all, you know, I'm gonna definitely, you know, take those times and keep them in my heart, because I continue to build off that, you know what I mean? So it was an incredible experience.
You keep working hard, Johnny. You will get to those levels 100%.
Have to. I'm far from it right now, but trust me, I'm gonna get there. For
sure. Obviously, you were asked straight after the fight, and I know you were in the zone, and probably your mind went blank, and you couldn't think of it. You got asked the question, who are the names that you want next? And, you know, Sam Jones said you deserve a big name. So I just want to mention a couple names, your opinion on these names, and see if you would welcome a fight like that. Because I believe that you deserve a big fight. One would be, you said you're a fan of him, Tyson Fury, but his cousin, Hughie Fury, is with Boxer. Big platform here, sports, big opportunity. If you're him, would you travel to the UK to fight Hughie Fury?
Hey, well, you know, like I said, I've definitely seen Hughie Fury a lot. He's an incredible fighter. I don't really care who I fight. I've never been that type of dude to call out anybody. But for me, it really is about the money. and I'm coming to win. So, you know, like I said, everybody know how to get a hold of me. Just throw that big money at me. And please believe though, I'm not coming unless I'm coming to upset you. I don't care who it is, you know what I'm saying? I love all y'all, but guess what? You put that big money on me, I'm coming for you. And I'm not coming to lose. You see what I'm saying? When I step in that ring, I'm not gonna think for a second that I'm here to lose. I wanna have complete confidence to win. So just get the money right, and I'll fight everybody. You know what I'm saying? Period. Now again, this was a big wake-up call. So you're gonna definitely see a better me in my next fights and continuing on. There's no more backtracking, no more excuses being made, none of that. We're gonna make it happen. But for me, it's about the money. I want the title, and I'm gonna work hard for it. So now I had offers from plenty of people, but I'm like, yo, don't offer me nothing. You know, we 6 figures, baby. You know what I'm saying? So don't get at me. We're gonna get it.
You're on that Jerry Maguire vibe. Show me the money.
Show me the money. What else am I doing this for? You know, I know Usyk the type to say, hey, I just want the glory. You know what I mean? And I think Usyk's incredible, but I need that riches. I need them riches, and I'm definitely coming for the glory. You feel me? That's a fact.
Brilliant. And hopefully we can keep in the UK. You do have a lot of fans. I saw on Twitter how many people from the UK tweeted about your fight. So you've got some fans there.
Wow, that's incredible. You know, UK is obviously beautiful, and they're huge in boxing. They got all the belts, basically. You know what I'm saying? All of Europe. So, you know, I'm definitely touched deeply if the UK want to see me. You know what I mean? Because you guys are carrying the torch right now. You know what I mean? That's just a fact. So I'm honored. I'm thrilled, and very, very, very delighted.
Another reason why you got a lot of fans is today I put up a story on our page. If there's any questions, believe me, there are a lot of questions. So I only picked out a few. So I just want to see. Let me see which ones I can get. So another boxing channel actually came and asked, "Who are your top 3 top prospects in the heavyweight division right now?"
When you say my top 3 prospects, you mean like guys I like to watch or want to fight or what?
Guys that you believe that are future Hall of Famers, future world champions that you like to watch.
Well, you know, obviously Joyce, and we're just talking about guys that are not champions yet. You know, still a fan of Tony Yoka. You know, he beat me, but I did get to work with him a few times. He's definitely highly talented. I mean, who doesn't want to see Tony Yoka and Joyce fight again? That would be quite outstanding. And I'm still definitely high on Michael Hunter. I think he's gonna make a huge, you know what I'm saying, drastic takeover very soon. You know what I mean? I know he had a little, you know, a draw with Jerry Forrest, which was a great fight still. And of course, Philip Hrgovic. I know that's like 4, but you know, Michael Hunter don't count. You know, that's gonna be on the list. You know what I'm saying? But Philip Hrgovic, I got a chance to work with him. He's just he's fantastic. So those guys are all those guys are really special right now. And of course, you know, more on the younger side, Jared Anderson. These guys are really special right now. So I'm watching these guys and I'm, you know, trying to learn from them. But yeah, it's so many prospects out there right now. They're just, the names keep coming up and we're going to see what they do. You know what I mean?
I'm glad you brought up Hrgovic. So, you know, straight away after his win against Charles Martin, Hrgovic's team, Calais Solent, sent a letter to the IBF to put a final eliminator for the IBF world title, Hrgovic against Luis Ortiz. They officially rejected it, and now they're going to make Hrgovic versus Joseph Parker.
Ooh, that's going to be good. Well, you know, that would be incredible, you know what I'm saying? Because it would give them both a chance to prove themselves, you know. Obviously, Joseph Parker wants to be world champion again, and I do believe he is fully capable of doing that, or above and beyond capable of doing that. So, and Philip Hrgovic is trying to prove himself that, you know, he is the new man to be, and he's going to be world champion. So I would love to see that fight. It will be an incredible fight, and I hope it gets made, you know what I mean? And that's just a fact. I don't know how much they offered Luis Ortiz, you know what I mean? But that would have been a good fight too, you know what I mean? Because Luis Ortiz is a brilliant boxer. We know that, we see that, and he's never really down and out. Because anytime he's on his feet, he's dangerous. But, Philip Hergovic and Joseph Parker, that would be mega box office fight. Huge.
I echo that. That'll be an incredible fight. And I wouldn't know who to pick. Two great fighters.
No, I wouldn't know who to pick either. I would definitely be on the edge of my seat for that. You know what I mean? That's a fact. Especially with how Joseph Parker is looking now. It's like, wow. You know what I mean? He's always looked good, but he's looking way more offensive. And, and that's really obviously a great advantage whenever you can pick up your offense.
For sure. The other question that other people ask, one of them, obviously, right now they're going into court, but it could happen. Tyson Fury versus Dillian Whyte. How do you see that fight going?
Well, I'm really hoping that Dillian Whyte does get that fight. I know that he is, a lot of people are thinking he's pricing himself out, but hey, his self-worth is the most, priceless thing we have. And if he feels like he's worth that money, I hope he gets it, and I hope they put the fight on. It will be an extremely great fight. Dillian Whyte is kind of the man you have to take extremely serious at all times, because he is the body snatcher. And that body work is going to make a drastic difference in a fight with Tyson Fury. We all saw Deontay going to the body early, had a lot of success doing that. You know what I'm saying? But, you got to keep it up. But Dillian Whyte is a body snatcher, and that's a big factor if he can get in that ring with Tyson Fury. We know Tyson Fury is an incredible boxer. That's not to be argued or debated. So I would just look forward to watching. It would be a thrill. It would be a thrill of a fight for sure if Dillian Whyte fights Tyson Fury. That's a fact. But the odds, of course, are in Tyson Fury's favor. But hey, we'll see.
It'll be a good excuse for you to come to the UK.
What would I come to the UK to do? Watch.
To watch and speak to promoters. Speak to offer you that 10 figure.
Well, if I come to the UK, I ain't coming to watch. I'm coming to fight, baby. I don't know who. When we coming to fight, if I come to the UK, you feel me?
Undercards. That'll be a stadium fight.
I'm with that. I'm with that 100%. But yeah, I would definitely love to see Dillian Whyte fight Tyson Fury, and I hope he gets the fight.
The last question is the rematch: Usyk versus AJ. Or is it revenge?
Well, man, I gotta be honest, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm actually a big Anthony Joshua fan. Okay, didn't know I was a big Anthony Joshua fan until I went to collect my money. You know what I'm saying? When I bet on Usyk, you know what I'm saying? I did bet on Usyk, and I really felt like a Judas. I was like, man, I'm mad that AJ lost, man. But this money don't even feel good to take. You know what I'm saying? Because it's more of how great Anthony Joshua has been for boxing, and of course, he's continuing to put a lot of people in the seats and keep boxing going strong as that big money sport. But Usyk is an incredible fighter and boxer. I'm excited to see the rematch because we know AJ does do what it takes to rise again. He's lost before against, of course, Andy Ruiz, good friend of mine. And I remember my coach telling me, oh, Anthony Joshua's done. He'll never be the same. And that hurt me because I said, you know what? That dude's a warrior, man. You can never count out a warrior. And I don't appreciate you saying that. You don't talk about him. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, AJ comes back and wins. So for me, I'm thinking like, hey, AJ's been there before. When he was counted out, when he lost. I'm hoping he comes back. We'll see. You know what I mean? But you can't box Usyk. That's just a fact. You got to fight him. And he can fight too. So it's just really like, I look forward to seeing the adjustment Anthony Joshua make. He's capable of doing it. And I'm definitely excited for that rematch. It's going to be incredible.
Will be incredible. He's training with Joyce at the moment. We don't know who he's actually going to be. I personally think so who knows? But change of trainer will help.
Do I think changing trainers will help him?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of times you do need a different look. You know what I mean? You do need to, sometimes change your environment, which would include a trainer. So yes, I do think it would help him. I really do, because it might, spark some more creativity. It could spark a different approach to your fighting that will give you an edge to win. So I really believe that changing trainers would help him. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's what he's doing. And so he knows what he feels that he should do, and he's doing it. So I respect him for it.
Yeah, it's going to be an incredible. Hopefully they get it over the line, and it'll be even more exciting than the first one.
I definitely believe it'll be more exciting than the first one. The first one was very exciting. I could easily watch that fight if the time just flies by. But this one is going to be more exciting than the first one for sure.
For sure, I totally agree with that. Jonnie, before I let you go, do you have a message for fans around the world and in the UK?
Well, yes, I want to say I love you all, and I mean that. I appreciate the love and support. You know what I mean? And you guys know how to contact me. I'm on social media. I do my best to answer back. You know what I mean? And let's keep inspiring each other. We're gonna go through ups and downs, but we're gonna go through them together. And let's enjoy life. That's what life is about, enjoyment. So let's stay joyful.
For sure. Jonnie, I want to say thank you for taking your time to speak to us today and giving us the opportunity as well. A humble guy, and I wish nothing but the best for you for your career, and I hope I can see you in the UK one day.
Oh, yeah, I'll be there. Trust me. Thank you so much for your time. You have a great one. Happy New Year.
You too. Stay safe.